We're going to run an authentication lab now, and as you can see with our multi-layer switch, which is at 10114, I have Telnet all set up, all the VTY lines, all 16 of them, with a login command and a password of CCNP. So we have connectivity to router 3, which is at 10113, and what we'll do is go over there and just test that Telnet connection. And we're prompted for the password, which I'll put in, and we are put in user exec by default, but I don't care about that because I just want to make sure that I can get there. So everything's fine there. CCNP password works. So let's say that now we come along and we're going to work with AAA authentication. So a couple things we're going to set up here. First off, AAA new model, and we're also going to set an enable password of CCIE. Now we're going to set up authentication. But what I wanted to see actually, let's take a look at this. We've enabled AAA. I haven't set an authentication list yet. I should just filter, but that's okay. Notice anything different? Notice the login command is totally gone. Oh, okay. So let's go over to 3 now and see if we get Telnet from there. Password required but none set. Yeah, that's not what we wanted at all. That's not what we were getting before. And so now I'm being prompted for user access verification like a username database. So I'm just going to enter some letters there and hopefully get out of that before the dawn of time. And there we go. So you could see that I was not prompted just for the single password CCNP, because the second that I wrote the AAA list, or actually I haven't even written the list yet, I just put AAA new model, and all of a sudden I can't get in the old way. So now I've got to set up AAA authentication before I can Telnet again from router 3. So let's go back to the multi-layer switch, and we're going to do just that thing. I wrote the enable password of CCIE, so we're all set there. And what we'll do is AAA authentication. Let's look at our options again. And we're going to go with login here. And we're going to create the default list. And what's our first choice? We're going to go with enable. And in this case, that's the only one I'm going to go with. All the pressure is on the enable password. So let's do that. And now we're going to go to all of our lines. And we are going to pick login authentication. Notice that login by itself is no longer a legal command. There's no CR here. So you can't just go, you can't try to sneak the login command back after you've enabled AAA. So let's go ahead with a login authentication. And here's where you put either the name of the list you created or you're using the default list. And that's it, we hope. Let's go over to router 3 and try telnetting again. And notice this time I'm being asked for the password again, but if I put CCNP in, which is what I just did, I should be rejected. Authentication failed. If I put CCIE in, then I'm in. So you see what I'm talking about with AAA. It's very powerful. The second you enable it, all of your other authentications, they're gone. And I say especially your VTY lines, because the other stuff you can fix, you know, you're probably right there. But with Telnet, you tend not to be right there, so I don't want you to find that out the hard way. That concludes our look then, our lab here with authentication, and in the very next video, we'll take a look at authorization. See you there.